Hello and welcome to the Narrowboat experience. I'm Kath, and today I wanted to share with you the process I went through to perform a service on my Narrowboat engine. I have a Canal Line 38 horsepower engine on this Narrowboat, and it is my first time servicing the engine. I'm going to take you through the process of changing the engine oil and gearbox oil, and also changing the air filter, fuel filter and oil filter. First up, I find it useful to make sure I've got all the tools and equipment ready before I get in the engine bay. These include an adjustable wrench, a belt wrench, oil mats and gloves. Of course, you also need to make sure you've got the correct oil for your engine and gearbox and the appropriate size filters. You will also need to make sure that you've got containers to hold the old oil that you're going to be removing from the engine. Once you're prepped and ready to get started, it's time to turn on the engine to get that oil nice and warm, ready for you to get in the engine bay to pump it out. I ran the engine for about 20 minutes just to get everything moving. I've got some empty containers here that I can just pump the oil out through the sump pump. Now I'm sure all the old oil is out, I'm going to remove the oil filter. I've loosened it with my wrench, and then I've put a bag around it to make sure that I catch any drips.
And then you throw it on the floor.
I've also got one of those oil soaking mats underneath the engine, just as an extra precaution. It's very important not to get fuel or oil into the water that might go into the canal, which is why I'm using these mats. The new filter is all ready, and I'm just going to put on a little bit of new oil to make sure it gets a good seat. It just needs to be hand tight, and now I can top up with new oil. My engine takes approximately 8 litres of 1040 oil, which means I have to have two 5-litre containers. These gloves have held up pretty well though. These new ones.
That's good. And how are the shoes?
Yeah. Next up, it's time to change the fuel filter. I've got two in my engine bay, one attached to the engine and one on the incoming fuel line. The fuel filter on the engine is easy to change. It's just the same as removing the oil filter. Loosen it, put a bag around it and unscrew it. The inline fuel filter is slightly different. It has a bleed screw at the bottom to empty out any water that may get into your fuel system. This one needs to be unscrewed from the top and then taken apart. I'm going to throw out the middle section, which is the filter, and keep the base bit and attach that to the new filter.
So you'll be able to do the next one.
For the gearbox, I need to drain out the old oil using a suction pump and fill it up with new oil. Really simple process. Last up, the easiest job, and that's just changing the air filter. All I have to do here is take the cover off, remove the old filter and put the new one in. Nice and simple. Which is which? Done. That's it. That's the engine service. It probably took me a little bit over an hour, but I think it saved me in the region of £150 not paying somebody else to do it. So if you are slightly mechanically minded, it is worth giving it a go. The frequency that you need to do an engine service on your engine will be specified in the engine handbook. You'll need to likely change your oil filters more frequently than your fuel filters, so you won't need to do a full service every time. Please remember, once you've done an oil service, to dispose of your oil responsibly. Don't put it in the canal, don't put it in the bush, and most rubbish disposal points along the canal request that you don't leave your oil there also. So it's best advised to either take it to an oil disposal service in a car, or find a local marina that also has a big oil tank that you can put it in. If you have enjoyed watching me get dirty in the engine bay today, please do give this video a like, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a cruising video or any more DIY that we've got to do. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.